Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Sorry, start a little late. Had to work things out. We got brother George Ray's and um brother from down under, brother Walla Watcher from down under. We'll bring him in a few, and we gonna talk. Oh, what's up? What's up? I love to talk. Okay, glad to see you. We got the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 22 moving up. We did a special this past Friday. I want you to go check that out. Okay, so let me read this out and I'm hit the intro. Then we go after that, we're gonna be in good business. All right, we're gonna be in good business. Come enjoy real conversation with the number one grinder, us as the righteous ones individually. Let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. Just remember, y'all, we all we got. Yes, yes, yes. And hit y'all with this intro. We gonna get this going. Yes, we're gonna get this going. Be right back.
But y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Check this out. Perfect. Champion, way of the warrior, champion eyes, get back up, my spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior. I say for me, I've been passed over with my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there, and I used to accept it as I'm gonna prove something to you. Nah, that I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people are going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
Well, we're back. We're back. We're back. Now we're gonna hit. I love to talk. Thank you. Thank you for the intro. Thanks for the appreciation. That we go introduce all George Rage. I'm sorry. And brother Watcher. Welcome, brothers.
Evening.
What's up?
What's up? What's going on?
Not much.
Back at it, man. Back at it.
Yes, back at it. All right. Escache said he be here soon, so you will be seeing him. So how you doing?
All right. Like I said, not much. It's where I live in a one stoplight town, so there's not nothing going on. I just watch a
Oh,
little TV and I cooked something. Actually, my sister, she had some Bojangles and she gave me some, and I had that with some little greens and and just still here and just working on some stuff, and then I got your text and I just jumped on.
all right, thank you. Brother Watcher, have you watched the last MMA
Yeah,
talk that
I
we
watched
did?
a bit of it. Yeah, almost a full house on there, man. But yeah, just being busy with a few things. But I did catch a bit of it, and you guys always chop it up, man. It's good, man.
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
brother.
they said you've been part of it
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, you're part of the family. Just come in whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're here now. We're here.
yeah, but I did like the last one though. I know you like the thumbnail. You know how that thumbnail said, "God damn!" I said he's a lucky man because I've been in that beast. Let me shut up, man. I don't want to get my thing flat. I would been in that beast. Nah. You got to put some in you. Yeah. Oh God, I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me get off that there because I'm getting sidetracked here. Thinking about that thumbnail. I'm looking at that thumbnail. So,
Oh God, I shouldn't have seen it. I shouldn't have sent it to you. I shouldn't
no,
have
that's all right. Because I would have been more messed up anyway. That's all right. So
sent
we gonna right get into it and everything. We gonna start from what you have been in a while. What fight? What matches that you like that you see that happened this past weekend?
The fight that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we can. I don't know where we could start with that, but I mean, actually, I'll just look at the card because I did watch it yesterday. Santos versus Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't know. The first one that came to mind for me was that Kevin Holland fight. That was a really weird. It was really weird how that turned out. So he was actually fighting Chris Daukaus, who's the brother of his brother is at heavyweight. I forgot his first name, but they kind of fight in a similar way. They're very aggressive and they can throw hands, man. They can fight, And I think Daukaus was winning that fight because he was controlling Kevin, in different positions. But there was kind of an entry by both of them, and Kevin took a headbutt right on the jaw. And it put him out for like half a second. Like he fell to the floor so hard, but he managed to actually turn over and kind of protect himself on the ground. And then, Chris was all over him. And then they got to like the cage, and Daukaus put the choke in, and it was under like for a while. It was under the chin, and I was expecting Kevin to go out because I thought like, dude, like you got to tap because if you get put out, you get a suspension for like I think it's 60 days, maybe it's 90 days or something. It depends on what the stoppage is, but like Kevin's a really stubborn guy, so like he's gonna kind of want to go out on his shield, but he ended up tapping. The thing that annoyed me was just how long the decision took for like how to call it. Like I thought it would be a no contest, which it was. But when I see referees talking to other referees on how to make a decision, I don't trust that. Like I never think that's legit. Like we got Herb Dean telling Dan Mergliard what to do, sort of thing. Like suggest. I don't think that's good. But I think they're going to do a rematch. I do think though, despite the headbutt, I think Chris Daukaus beats Kevin. And I remember Kevin was. I thought Kevin would win this, but because I didn't know how good Chris Dawkis's. Maybe it's Kyle Dawkis. It's one of them. But I mean, shit, dude. Like Kevin needs this grappling game, this clinch game. The dude is 6'3". He's got like an 81-inch reach. You know, for his athletic gifts, his genetics. He just doesn't use his power or his strength enough. He's strong as shit. He's very similar to Israel Adesanya in terms of the physical side. But, you know, even with the stuff where he talks in the cage, I mean, that's all fine. But at the end of the day, like, he's got to stop getting controlled in these positions. Because what happens is he gets tired in about 2 rounds, maybe 3, and then his eye closes up or he's getting beat to the body, he's getting leg kicked. You know, he can play it off like it's nothing, but, you know, that Brunson fight and that Vettori fight, I've not seen improvements, like, in any scope there, you know, so I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes and everything. I just feel like a lot of these guys are content with what they got. But, yeah, if you guys want to branch out with anything else about the fights, go ahead, man.
No, y'all go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Well,
just follow up.
let's mention about these. You know, Friday had UFC 267 over in London, and there's controversy. Some people feel like, as you know, there was the main event between Lima and MVP, and I saw some clips of that fight because I didn't really watch it. But from it, you know, Michael Venom Page, you need to stop dropping your hands. Keep your hands up, you dumb. You know, and truthfully, from the clips I saw and from what I hear, really Lima won that fight. And I don't know how, because they're in his own backyard and then Jolly O England, and they gave MVP the fight. I think they want to try a push for maybe a third fight, like make it a trilogy, because trilogies are pretty good if because Lima won the first one. The judges give the one to MVP, and now the third one is going to see who's really the champion. That's the thing is, and Lima would knock him out. It kind of exposed himself. It kind of reminded us. We talked about this some time ago how Israel Alexander fought Blachowicz, and how he wasn't really prepared. He came up. He's not even a pure light heavyweight. He just went up there to see how he does, and Blachowicz, he takes him down and just pretty much he just had a better ground game. And that's the thing with Izzy. He doesn't have that good a ground game. He's a good stand up, great kicker, but he gets him on the ground, he's like a fish out of water. And with MVP, he just didn't have a real game plan. He just went in, just dropped his hand, running around, showing it off. And, and that's what gave this, the judges got entertained. Say, it's kind of like the movie Gladiator. Are you not entertained? You're not entertained. They were entertained. That's why I gave him the win.
Yeah, I actually watched the fight. Before I watched it, people were saying like there were a lot of dislikes on the videos, like for Bellator. So I watched it. I did think Michael won. Because he dropped Lima 3 times in the fight. Granted that one of them was probably an off-balance thing. But Michael almost got knocked out like last time, where he got kicked off balance and he got caught with an uppercut or the hook that came from under. The way he got stopped last time he fought Lima, he almost got stopped this time. It was that close, guys. It was like an inch. I kid you not. I thought he was out almost, but it didn't land anyway. But the point being is that you're right. I mean, he's got to keep his hands up. I do feel like he almost tries to spring in like Wonder Boy. He's got that bounce to him a bit with the hands down by his side, that karate stance on his toes. But Lima did take him down. But Venom is good at, grabbing your wrists, because Lima couldn't land much ground and pound at all. And I do think Venom was stalling. I don't think Lima did enough. I don't think he did a good job at cutting the ring off. I think he should have kicked more. But every time he kicked, he got countered or he got dropped. He got hurt bad in one of the rounds. He got hit right near the ear. And when he got up, he wobbled a little bit. I think Venom did enough. I think a third fight should happen. And I think Michael Venom Page did an interview, and he said after the fight he wants a third fight. It's good that he got the win because he's it's 1-1 now. He's avenged it in a way. And I do think he has the edge because Lima is getting older. He's slower. He doesn't cut the ring off. And he's looking a bit damaged. Even in that fight, he looked a bit slower. And I've always been a Michael Venom Page fan, you know. I just think that he relies a bit too much in bursting in because when he loads up a bit too much when he throws the right hand and he doesn't set it up or anything, and he bursts in from such a long range that he gets taken down or he gets kicked off balance. He needs to go back to the jab. The dude is a 6'3" welterweight. I mean, he needs to jab. He needs to front kick. He needs to use what he has physically to his advantage. You know, he can't be having his hands down always because that's how you get knocked out. Paul Daly almost knocked him out like that. So I enjoyed that, though. That was a good one on Bellator.
Yeah, because I think it is. He's 6'3". You know, you ever consider going up to middleweight since he's a welter?
I don't really know what the middleweight scene is like in Bellator, but there's no reason why he shouldn't. I mean, like if he becomes champion at 170, he could easily move up to middleweight. He's one of those ectomorphs. So I don't think he has a problem cutting weight, you know, to welterweight. So at middleweight, he would really not struggle at all to make weight. He'd make it quite easily. In fact, he probably walks around at middleweight. I think he'd have a speed advantage there. But I mean, you know, some guys want to move up, some don't. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. He wouldn't do too well as middleweight over there at UFC. He would get his head knocked off. Or welterweight. I think he's safe at Bellator because he could be a star there. And I'm surprised, you know, Mike gets Dana White. He don't like his style. You know how Dana White, he likes them rough and tough, rough and ready, you know, and a certain type. But, you know, he wouldn't fit. I think MVP is more entertaining over there. You know, people like his style. You know, I've seen some of his stuff. I remember I was watching a video of his knockout, and he put on the ash hat from Pokemon and threw the Pokeball.
Yeah, he always does that. It's funny.
Yeah, Dana would not like that shit. He would not like it.
I don't think he'd be treated very well at the UFC. I don't think Dana would like him. I think Venom's good. He can fight. You know, he's got good technique. I just think Bellator is essential. We need Bellator. We need these other organizations, and he's a good face for it. You know, I mean, look at Douglas Lima. He's happier at Bellator than he was at the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, the UFC is not the be all end all. You know, you don't have to make it to the UFC to be successful at MMA because I've not heard many complaints from Bellator about various things. So I think Venom should stay there. You know, if he feels it's right, he can stay there, you know, because he'll get good matchups at Bellator. Out in the UFC, they're going to try to play games, man.
Yeah, because it's just crazy what to do. Like, as you know, one thing is about, which, you know, even though you get, I think what's, like my man coach said, he talks to some fighters over there who do Bellator and said that the pay is also just, maybe not be as good as the UFC, but they get to have their sponsorships. And that helps them out in the long run because, you know, if you're not fighting, that's money on the side you're getting. And with the UFC, you know, recently there's a fighter named Sarah Alpar. She did a GoFundMe, and Jake you know, Paul sent her $25,000 help for a camp. And you know, there's fighters that right now I saw that you know, are looking for sponsors and stuff like that, people to help them out financially. And you would think, you know, a big organization like UFC would pay more, but it seems like it's not really that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know, man. The UFC is on some bullshit. I mean, you know, Bellator just, you know, they don't make a song and a dance about things over there. You know, they're pretty clear. They allow their fighters. I've heard no controversy come out of that. And if anything, the only stuff I've heard is in relation to Dana negotiating with them in a way. You know, I just don't know You know, I know it's about the money, but shit, like, you know, it's getting worse at the UFC. That's for sure.
Yeah, because you saw, I think, um, uh, what's his face? Hunt, what's God, the big Samoan? I forget his name. I know his last name's Hunt. I used to know his first name, and he's right now he has a lawsuit against Dana, and I mostly I think it's about money, stuff like that. I know the guy's name. I used to, Big Samoan. He used to fight. He fighting heavyweight. He
Oh,
fought,
Hunt.
yeah,
Us.
yeah, and he's here now. He's on. He's going after Dana about. I think it's mostly got to be about money and stuff that's going on. That it's unfair. And this is the thing about it. He don't really own UFC anymore because was it that long ago he sold the Zuffa. He got bought up by somebody else, and then he's under contract. He's under the Disney / ESPN. And if anything, he's just a figure there. He's just there. And really, truthfully, you can disperse the power between Nick Maynard and Sean Shelby. They just need Dana because he's just the guy that they put out there. He does a lot of the talking. That's all he is. But he has no real power per se. They just give him whatever they give him, and he's just a face they put out there. And he really needs to step away from it because the stuff he does. He talks about how he reason why he does because he don't like the fact he wants control. And if he can have control, that's what it is. And he's dingling this money like 50, where the long ago a fighter, Shannon Buys, she got 50K for performance of the night. And this girl, she would say, I was so broke, yada yada yada. I mean, and you shouldn't be broke. I mean, look at boxers. Even if a boxer don't fight for maybe a year or so, he says, if he doesn't be stupid and throw the money on drugs and cars and whores and whatever else, he'll still have a good chunk of change. Like Underrated.
Yes.
What was the payout? You think the payout for when I'm gonna say what am I thinking about? When Pacquiao fought Thurman?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jigsaw, yeah.
Yeah. Because you think about it, if you think about it, okay, Pacquiao, he's probably going to fight for like maybe 50 mil. And Thurman probably about the same, if not less. So you got to think about it. Even after that, and then you got to think about pay-per-view buys and sponsorships and all that. He's got boxers sit pretty. If they don't be stupid, as I said again, throw the money away, and then you got to pay your manager, you got to pay your camp, you got to pay this and that. You still have a good chunk of change. While these fighters in MMA, when after you pay your managers, you pay that, taxes, can't forget taxes. You might have, if you're lucky, $7,000 left out of your whole check. If you're not one of the top guys like Connor or John or Amanda or Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy,
Isn't it?
mm-hmm. So, what's up next? What else we want to talk about? We keep on talking, and we move on to the next subject.
And I thought the main event would be better than it was yesterday.
Walker versus Santos.
Yeah.
I figure it's just probably it's something they scrapped together. They didn't. Sometimes remember that main event. What was the last main event they had? I think it was who was it? I forgot. It's just sometimes this is true. I've seen sometimes some fights the undercard, or the pre. Sometimes the fights in the prelims are better than the main event.
Yeah.
And that's sad. You would think
that's bad, man.
Yeah, you think look at what happened with Connor and Poirier. How that thing ended. That was kind of disappointment. It's just I think what it is, they want to push certain people, but they're not push the ones that might have a better style and some talent, and they just slap them together. As you know, with the fight nights, it's not really most of the time just putting fights against who's going to climb up into the rankings. As you know, it was that long ago Santos fought John Jones for the title, and he supposed to be the next big thing, but they gave the fight to John Jones, and now Blachowicz, she's a big star. So now, when is this going to happen between Blachowicz and Santos? Is it going to probably wait till next year, or?
Imagine that. I mean, what's funny though? Like, think about this. Like back in 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jan fought Santos. Santos knocked out Jan. Like he knocked him out with a check hook, and then he just hammer fisted him like 20 times, right?
Ooh.
Remember, Santos started his career at welterweight. He moved up to middleweight, and now he's moved up to light heavyweight. He went up to fight John Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
To fight John Jones. And in my eyes, he beat him. Okay?
Yeah.
And he didn't even have to do too much to beat him. Jones, in my opinion, okay, he fought a little hesitant in that fight because I always thought Santos, even before he fought Jan, he's a bad matchup for Jones because he does certain maneuvers. He has certain movements that give him problems. It will make John not really come in. Like he could against Cormier or Gustafsson. They don't really have that threat like Santos does. But Santos has fallen off a bit because obviously he lost to Glover, right? Which he was winning. He was, but what happened. Rakic fight, there wasn't much in it. Could have gone either way. I thought Santos won. And then now he's beat Johnny Walker. I do think he's not the same fighter anymore because of the MCL and the ACL tear. I think his movement is different. It's not what it used to be. He is aging a bit and he's a little more damaged. But they asked Anthony Smith, would you fight Thiago Santos? And he said it has to mean something because they fought at middleweight before. But if Jan gets past Glover, then they're probably going to give Yuri Prohashka the shot. That guy with the freaking ponytail, that weird dude, that really tall guy. He's like number 2 in the rankings. But they're not going to give Santos a shot. They already screwed him over, man. They already robbed him on the scorecards. I mean, even robbery, maybe not. They could have really given it to him, Because look what happened. I mean, look at what happened with Jones. Close fight with Santos, close fight with Reyes. Now he hasn't fought in over a year.
Yeah. Yep. So let's welcome Scotcha. What's going on, brother? And peace to the ones in the chat. Tampa Supreme, Nephew Tower Church, Pastor $40. Welcome. What's going on, brother?
Good afternoon, brother. How are you doing, man? How's the chat doing?
We're doing pretty good. How you doing, bro?
Yeah. Shit, I'm feeling pretty good, man. The Red Sox are in the postseason, man. Shit, man. We're gonna take on New York, man. Listen, I know that my team is not a World Series team, but my thing, they have to take out New York. As long as they take out New York, I'm fucking happy, man. I'm just fucking happy, man. I'm happy that they're in the fucking postseason, man.
Oh man.
So what did your brothers cover? What did you guys cover?
Well, we was go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm fine.
We were talking about Santos versus Walker, and we talked about how Santos may not ever get a shot for the title. As you know, next month you got UC 267. That's gonna be in Dubai. I think the whole card is a sausage fest. So that's I think Teixeira versus Blachowicz, and the debate is after if Blachowicz holds his title, who's gonna be next? Because we don't feel like Santos has a chance.
Well, like I said, last night I was disappointed in the main event because I was expecting a knockout between one of them. But like I said, both Walker and Santos were just gun shy, man. It's just like neither one of the guys actually wanted to pull the gun for the knockout. And Walker, he came into that fight very stupid. you know, because he had John Kavanagh in his corner, and John Kavanagh, he said, I believe it was at the end of the 4th round, he told Walker that he was up in the fight, and I'm saying
Oh
to
God.
myself, what the fuck?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Someone
told
have
him he
to have
was
more
up and
mercy.
he was telling that he's up and he's winning the fight. But if you guys pay attention for those last 4 rounds, Walker didn't really do shit. So how the fuck are you telling him that he's up in the fight? All he was doing was just throwing little leg kicks and just faking. You know, he wasn't
Yeah.
really pushing the action to Santos. You know, like I said, Santos he wasn't going in much, but like I said, he was still landing the better shots. And like I said, how can you tell somebody that he's winning the fight and he wasn't really doing shit? And if you guys don't know, John Kavanagh, that's fucking John. That's Conor
Connors.
McGregor's. Conor's management. And
Oh God.
Oh
like I
yeah.
said, Walker before he got with John Kavanagh, Walker was a finisher. He was actually going into that fight, man. But like I said, since he got with John Kavanagh, he's just been, you know, not that explosive guy anymore. But like I said, what you guys was talking about, Santos not getting a title shot, because you was talking about that guy with a ponytail. I believe his name is Jerry Pokanov. He knocked out
Projaska or something.
Paraska. Yeah, Paraska. Yeah, that weird motherfucker. He knocked out Dominic Reyes the last time I remember, and he's like on a 14 fight win streak, something like that. But they said that he might be next in line to fight the winner of Blachowicz and Glover. And to be honest, though, to tell you guys the truth, though, I'm pulling for Glover. I think I really want Glover to win this fight so he could just ride off in the sun, man. Because like I said, he's been in the UFC. He's been in the UFC for a hell of a long time. I would love to see him pull it off, man. But like I said, Blachowicz, he has gotten a lot better, man. Like what the brother was saying, and he got knocked out by Santos with the check left hook, man. But yeah, man. Last night's card, it was okay, man. I'm not gonna say it was the best, but it was okay. You know, the one thing that was very bizarre was the what was that fight? Kevin Hollins and the Kyle Dawkins fight. You guys caught that fight? That shit was kind of bizarre. You saw that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. I ain't understand
Yeah, it
that.
was very bizarre because they had a clash ahead, and then what's his name? Kevin Hollins was actually knocked out. It was actually knocked out, but Dan Margariaga stopped the fight, and then they got around, and then they changed it to a no contest. To me, I thought Kevin Hollins was out. He was out, but you know they changed it to a no contest. But that should at least been a win for Kyle Dock. That shit was very bizarre, man. It was so fucking bizarre last night, man.
I said before, I mean, I thought Kyle was winning anyway. Like, I think it was pretty smooth sailing. I mean, you know, Kevin, I don't know what it is with Kevin, man. He's just a massive dude, like, in terms of his reach and his length. He just doesn't use his reach enough, man. Like, the jab isn't there. And, like, not many MMA fighters use the jab much, but, like, you know, you fight on a smaller guy a little bit, like, you know, freaking pop him in the head with the jab, you know, use your kick for range. Like, that was bad, man. He fell like an ironing board, man. Like, that was a really bad headbutt. But, you know, like, in a rematch, like I said before, Kevin loses, in my opinion. Like, I just don't see any improvements, like, at all, you know. But you never know, man. He's got that punch, so, you know,
Yeah,
and he's
but
unpredictable.
yeah, but he always rely on that. I'm saying, where's the ground game or something? Where's where's the submission? I mean, yeah, you got power.
Kevin Hollins has no ground game. He got exposed by Devin Bronson, really bad, very bad in that fight against Devin Bronson. So he has no ground game. You know what I mean?
And Kevin Holloway is trying to make the love letters to Bronson.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that to me, like, even because I thought Kevin would steal that fight. I thought, like, when that fight got made, I thought, you know what? I think Kevin's gonna clip him. But I think Kevin got head kicked in that fight as well. In the last round, he got head kicked. That's not good. especially if you find a guy like Brunson who doesn't really throw shots like that.
Right.
You know, like that loss shouldn't really bother him because he didn't take too much damage. But
Uh-huh.
you know, when he starts saying, "Oh, you know, look, I know Brunson at times was holding a bit, I know, but you have to do something about it." You know, if a guy like Rafael dos Anjos, who fights everyone, can manage to get out of the clinch from guys that are much bigger than him, or you know, off the ground or whatever, work his way up, I'm pretty sure this dude can do it, given his size and everything. You know, that to me, he's a sore loser when it comes to that fight. He's a sore loser when it comes to Vettori. Okay, I remember he was talking about his wrestling camp for this fight over the weekend. I didn't see shit. You know, it's not going to work out if he doesn't do these things. You know, and you can't just throw one punch at a time either. You know, you got to put it together more.
Yeah, I remember he was on that tear. Remember, he was on a 5-fight win streak going into that Bronson fight, and then just from there, he just fell off. You know, I didn't like that shit that he was. I didn't like that shit when he was talking during the fight. I didn't like that shit at all, man. I knew that his head wasn't right when he was doing that shit. You're in a fucking fight. You have to stay focused, man. He was just talking to Khabib, asking for fucking wrestling advice, and then fuck that shit. And like, and the thing too about that too, that was like very disrespectful to his fucking coaches right there. You're supposed to be asking your coaches for advice. You're not supposed to be asking fucking Khabib. But like I said, after the Bronson's loss, Kevin Holland just fall off, man. He's just falling off bad, man. And I actually believed in this guy too. I thought he was gonna actually, you know, be a threat, you know, to Sane, but nah, man. To me, it just looks like he's not really into. Yeah, I thought he was gonna be a threat to Sane, but now he's just not being serious anymore, and he's just taking it as a joke.
I remember he was calling him out ringside. He submitted a guy really quickly, like in the first round. He was calling him out ringside, but I mean, I don't know, man. I thought he could maybe put something together, and he's not old either. Like, you know, he's just not. He's in La La Land. You know, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with the guy, man. He's got to stop that talking shit. It serves no benefit at all. Maybe in a couple fights, but overall, nah, dude. And you know what I heard him say as well? I heard him say, "Oh, you know what? Maybe I should move down to 170." It's like, what? You want to move down and what? Because he's got a grudge against Usman, so it's kind of a reason for him to move down. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, look at the fucking size of you, man. You know, like I don't know, man. I want to support the guy, but it's hard. It's not easy.
That's not easy. All right, let me introduce the TS Boxer. What's going on, brother? How you been?
Well, what's up, man? How's everybody been? Shout out to everybody on the panel.
Shout out to you.
Salute TS Boxer. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I hear you guys talking about Mr. Holland. I agree with Watcher, man. This guy is definitely somewhere else. He's not on Earth with us. I mean, is he trying to be the Tim Bradley of the UFC? Oh well, I'm getting paid, and I'm gonna keep making these fights, and I don't know why people are complaining about being paid. This would have been a 3-fight losing streak. UFC don't even like black people to begin with, so for him to stick his neck out for them, he's gonna find his way out the door anyway. It doesn't make sense. Like, he comes out trying to defend guys who are about to, like, he's on his way out anyway. This would have been a 3-fight, skid, and then we're gonna see what happens. He's not Gastelum, where Gastelum can lose. Really, Gastelum, forget that Heinrich fight. That's 5 fights in a row he lost. He's still here, but that doesn't happen to you, Mr. Holland. But he thinks these guys will protect him. No, they're not your friends, and they're probably.
I couldn't give a shit less about him.
Exactly.
Mhm.
This makes no sense, dude.
Like so this is good stuff. Like you have fighters who like X can agree with me. Like Holly Holm, who's on a 4-fight losing streak. You know,
Yep.
Chris Cyborg, she loses one fight
One and she gets cut.
and
This
gets
is
cut.
bullshit.
Hmm And then you look at all these other fighters who are still on the I just there's a lady who I've been talking to. I'm hoping to do an interview with soon too. She just got cut after only been in the UFC for only a short time. Only have fought 2 fights, 2 fights and got cut already.
They signed the Lapillus, a French MMA fighter. They had him for 3 fights, right? He lost one, he won one, and I think he had a draw in one, or he won it by decision. But they cut him. They didn't want to keep him anymore, and he was good. But I agree with TS Boxing. I mean, and the rest of you guys. I mean, Kevin can say that he can't complain and that he's happy. You got to be saying that shit when you get cut because you're losing to everyone.
And I can't stand those people. We've all worked here before, and you just always we've all worked here, everybody on this panel, and that one guy, in the workplace. Oh well, I'm not complaining. Can't complain. I love my job. Blah blah blah. These guys fuck it up for everyone else because we're allowing them to continue the bullshit. They're basically giving them a green light to say, I'm bent over. You can do whatever they want. You can do whatever you want. Maybe these guys don't want to, but I'm okay with. Here, come here. And they're
Or
like,
that old saying, they screwed you but don't even kiss you. Mwah.
nah, not even. Not, and he loves it. I mean, this Howland guy. I think he's a UFC plant. I don't think he's an actual fighter. I think he's like a plant that they've brought in to pretend that fighting, but just big up the company. He calls himself Trailblaze to the top. Right now, he's at the bottom. Is he even ranked?
Trailblaze to the bottom.
Is he even ranked anymore?
Let me check.
He started at the bottom. He's still there.
He's still there.
So you trying to say he is Dana White's little boy?
Possibly.
That he can't even dream himself dreaming that. Like he's Dana White's fucking assistant's boy, if that.
Number 14.
Yeah, he's about to lose that ranking pretty soon. They're gonna switch him in with somebody.
So you trying to say shoe shine boy?
Yeah.
Do you know who we tried to fight the other a few weeks ago? They were trying to make a fight between him and Hendricks.
Nah, you told me that. You told me he's gonna fight Hendricks. I couldn't believe it. I thought they were training together.
Hendricks.
Oh, they were training? I heard they were gonna actually have a fight, but
No. And Hendricks just got knocked out in BKFC a year ago or 2 years ago. He's done with fighting, dude. He's done with fighting.
You mean Johnny Hendricks?
Yeah, Big Rig.
Oh, Big Rig. Oh, see, the thing about Big Rig, he's never been the same ever since
ESP
they
fight.
stopped the what was that shit, that TR shit. Ever since they stopped the TR shit, Big Rig has never been the same.
He was using IVs as well to rehydrate.
Oh, really? He got stretched out?
Yeah, and at BKFC in Bare Knuckle. Yeah, they hit him.
Yeah, Barry Knuckles had a thing last I think this weekend, and one girl put a girl out in like 28 seconds. She's just throwing hammers, and I tell you, the hand. I mean, I was watching one video where they show the hands be so swollen, knuckles be broken. I mean, you only got a little bit of that tape on your hands. That's not much. I mean, but they get I think they get paid more than the MMA fighters over the UFC.
Yeah, well, they got at the bottom of the UFC. Yeah, they get paid more. Like they get paid more than honestly a lot of the guys on last weekend's card.
Mid-tier guys.
Weekend's card, yeah. Me too, guys.
There's so many divas, man, in the UFC. That's why I've been turned off a bit lately. I mean, even Khabib these days, like fucking. You know, just
They
how Kevin Holland responds to DC during fight. I can hear you, DC. Like, what benefit does this serve?
Oh God, my God! And then this is one thing about Khabib. He talked about ring girls. Why are you focusing about the ring girls?
I don't know why he can't just.
The purpose.
I don't
of
know,
that,
man. 6 months ago, he was fucking suffering. Now he's out here fucking. I mean, how does it make sense? You want to fight a GSP, but you won't fight Kamaru Usman. You know, I don't get that. You'd rather fight a retired guy who's been out the sport since 2017. You know, but you won't fight the active champion, huh? You know, that's some bullshit. That will never sit well with me. That.
he's
You know,
scared.
but I'm kind of going off. I'm going off track.
You're not going off. You're
No,
not
it's okay.
scared.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good conversation. And the
No,
thing
no,
is,
keep it going. No, keep it going. Yeah. We're going for a ride long. What are we talking about? Keep it going.
like this, I had like, I understand with Khabib, he did it because his father passed. He had to step away because his mother wanted him to. But the thing is, your own man, and I love my mother, but still, as my own man, I need to do what I need to do. And if you need to keep on fighting, you want to keep on fighting, then you don't have to. You don't owe her. You take care of your mother, you do what you got to do. But truth, you owe yourself your thing, because you know what, you're gonna have that feeling in the back of your neck, in the back of your head, say, "Can I keep on going? I want to keep on going." But it's just, you're an athlete, and either choice, say, I could be a good son, or I could be a better athlete. And you see there's opportunities like in front of you. And I know he respects his religion. He has to respect his parents, but at the same time, you have to be your own person. You got to stand on your own. And in the end of the day, especially if you're the one who's sits at the head of the table, you are truthfully the head of the household. If you want to do that, you want to come back, you want to fight, come back and fight. Your mother may not like it, but the fact is, she has to live with it.
Surely Khabib doesn't listen to everything his mother says. Surely.
Yeah,
As
because
a 31-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
Surely. I mean, shit, man. Come on. I'm just like, everywhere I look, Khabib said this, Khabib said that. Like,
why do they take his word as gospel? Like, he barely speaks the language. I don't understand it. And it had this knock-on effect, sort of a deal, with a lot of the other guys in the UFC either trying to act like him or be him. Guys, he brought in a boatload of guys from wherever they dug them up from, in Russia or some cave, wherever they found them, and found
the woods fighting bears.
Yeah, now you got poor Dan Hooker, who'll fight for $1, having to fight. Who's he fighting? Makachev.
Makachev.
He'll be buying a month, and they're making it seem like it's a David versus Goliath story. Like, they make these Khabib lookalikes. Anybody who looks like Khabib in the UFC's eyes is a god, and everybody else is lower than them. And I just don't like the way it's going. It's been like this for years, but their favorites are just so obvious now. It just makes some of the fans just want to turn off, man.
Man, I'm telling you, their favorites, just from the top of my head, McGregor, Khabib, Jones, Adesanya, Derek Lewis, Lewis. Who else?
I would
there's
say
probably a couple others, know?
Yeah. Nunes.
Yes, Nunes. He's not a. Don't forget Wally. Oh my God! Oh my God! You know why she came back? Because everybody knows he paid for a nose job and it bought her titties. That's the bottom. If Ronda would want to come back, Dana would be. He have all things open. He'll take push everybody in number 2 spot and maybe get another fight with Nunes, but she'll deserve another fight with Nunes. I mean, these are people who I call Dana's bottom bitches.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that he'll do anything for them.
Well, I said, don't forget though, Dana White is selling out to the Chinese market. He's selling out to the Chinese market because we all know John Blake don't deserve no fucking rematch. She got knocked out in a fucking minute and she got embarrassed.
But the thing is, XA is about the money. And even
Right.
though Colin Fowler deserved a chance, and also she has a history of Rose, it's about the money. And you got to, like the old saying, you take the money, you run. And they're gonna give it to And poor Carla, she's off the side, say, "What about me? Hey, how about you fight Joanna? She ain't doing anything but sitting on the beach, and she might even not even be in the rankings anymore because she spent some time talking about I don't want to fight because there's no crowd. It doesn't matter. Everybody else is doing it. Why you be worried about the crowd? Be worried about your opponent in front of you. The crowd just there.
Mm-hmm.
She's a clown. She's a clown.
So, Bruce, let me ask you. Did you guys cover the Bellator fight? Because I know we talked about it. Me and George, we talked about it Friday. But I want to hear what you brothers think. TS Boxing and Watcher, that Bellator main event.
We did talk about Malcolm Venom Page a while ago.
Yeah, I saw the highlights of the main event. It's kind of hard with 3 rounds. It could have gone either way. I thought it was like it was one of those. I wanted MVP to win. I'm glad he did, but it was just one of those. And it was in London, so
yeah, it is backyard. I think the Bellator's gonna be over there for the rest of the week. I think supposed to have some more fights. They do more fights overseas than UFC does, and I don't know what's gonna be. It's gonna be a while for you. I think the next event's probably week after next, I believe. And like I said, like me and Watch talk about Bellator. Bellator, there's not a lot of BS going on over there as compared to the UFC. I mean, they put their fights together. It's people consider it's the way station for a lot of fighters. I think Ryan Bader supposed to be fighting. He's supposed to have that.
He's fighting Corey Anderson.
Mm-hmm. And so that's part of the lightweight tournament. And that's the thing is UFC don't have that something like that tournaments. Only ones that have tournaments is like the Bellator have tournaments, and Invicta have their Phoenix series, and UFC don't do nothing like that. I mean, like that's that's a good way to excite people. You had these tournaments, you had these little battles going on like that. That's that's a little more exciting. They just I don't know. Just put fights together and say, hey, if you win 2 fights to get a title shot, you just win 1 fight to get a title shot. Right now, we just, as just had Valentina Shevchenko put in her 6th title defense. Lauren Murphy, she's, she had to go back to the lunchroom and, serve peas and mashed potatoes. He he said, Miss Murphy, I need, can you give me that fruit cut over there right there, curd up?
Yeah. Or she's waiting tables over at like Ruby Tuesday or something.
And it's just now who's gonna be next for Valentina? That's the big question.
I don't know.
Kevin Holland
smoking. She'd beat Holland. She'd probably beat Holland.
I would say maybe, but that's still a man fighting a woman. But
But I heard the news that she said. But like I said, brothers, I heard the news that she wants Amanda Nunes for the 3rd time. And I tell you guys, I'm not. But to be honest, though, I'm not really interested in that fight, though. I'm just not.
I mean,
maybe not be able to fight, but that's probably the fight to get the most attention. Because the fact is, you got Julianne Pena versus Nunes. That's coming up in December.
Yeah, but who else out there for Valentina though?
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's no point for her to fight and Jessica Andrade again. See what's happened to her.
Well, let me say this though. Let me say this though. If Valentina really wants Amanda for the 3rd time, she should just move back up to 135, knock off a top contender, make a statement, and then you call out Amanda. Because like I said, I know she's gonna blast Pena, so I don't have to worry about that matchup. But like I said, make a statement, come back up to 135, make a statement, knock off the number 1 contender, and call out Amanda Nunes. You know what I mean? Because like I said, to be honest though, I'm not really impressed of her beating up 125 because none of the girls at 125 have the skill set to beat her. So that's why I'm saying that she should just move right back up to 135, knock off the number 1 contender, and then call out Amanda Nunes. Because like I say, she can't keep doing these calls out at 125 and expect Amanda's going to fight her at 125 because Amanda can't make 125, and Amanda cannot make 130.
No.
So she's gonna have to come back up to 130, 135 to fight Amanda. You know what I mean? She's
You
gonna
know
have
what?
to at least
And
proven that she really wants this fight. She can't keep just saying, "Oh, I want Amanda, I want Amanda." You gotta make a statement. You have to make a statement because Amanda Nunes, I believe, right after she brushes Penny out the way, and then we get Kaylin Harrison's ass out of the way, she's gonna retire from the sport. So, like I said, if Valentina really wants this fucking fight, she's gonna have to move back up to 135, make a statement.
Oh, it's just a bunch of fighters begging, like just begging, man.
But the question we're going to ask, the question is she's willing to move to 135? The way how she move right now, it doesn't look like it.
the problem
She
is
was
Valentina.
No, it
complaining.
doesn't. It does. Go ahead, watch it. Go ahead, watch it. I want to hear what you got to say.
She was complaining about the weight back when she was fighting Amanda for the first time and the second time.
Right.
I don't think she. I think she wants the moolah. That's what I think. I think she wants the money. I don't think she really wants that victory over her. That is, in my opinion, dude, that is done with that. I've been convinced enough as to who won that, in my opinion. You know, yeah, it was a bit cagey, but, you know, I mean, shit. Like, I just don't know, man. There's a bunch of fighters begging out here for, like, all these fights. Like, do the work required, man. Like, there's some fighters out here, they have one fight and boom, they get a fucking title shot. Like,
you know, that's a good point, Brother Watson, because, you know, I was thinking the same thing. If they would offer Valentine the bag, she'd move up. She said she had all the time to move up. She ain't getting the big bag, so she figured, hey, I'm staying in 125. But then, like Brother got to say, ain't nothing there at all.
it's easy.
To be honest,
nothing.
A lot of people keep saying that Amanda lost the second fight. Listen, to me, I thought the fight was very close. It was very close going into the fifth round. Anybody could have taken that fight. But to me, I thought Amanda wanted the fight more than Valentina because, like I said, Valentina, she sits back and she's just waiting to counter and just throws those little shots, which she thought that the referee was just going to give her the decision. And at that time, though, Amanda was the bigger star because remember, she knocked out Ronda Rousey. So they was not going to give up the victory to Valentina at that time, though. And like I said, at that time, though, Amanda wanted the fight more than Valentina because, like I said, Valentina just sat back and just waited. And like I said, Amanda was actually pushing the action, and then she got the late takedown and at the end, which won her the fight. And like I said, man, listen, I don't hate Valentina, but I just don't like how she's so arrogant. She's just very arrogant. I just don't like how, like, she said something that really pisses me off the other day when she said she had no weakness. And I was like, Valentina, of course you have no weakness because you're at 125. None of those girls don't have a shot at beating you. But like I said, if you came at 135, you actually have girls who could.
Hello? Am I going in?
All right, here. Maybe someone.
Wait a minute. Face around with XA. But I said that, you know, it's the great thing about Valentina. She's confident in her skill set. And, you know, there's nothing wrong being confident in your skill set. She's that good of a fighter. She like don't hate the player, hate the damn game. And, you know, she's been, you know, what happened yesterday with her sister, you know, they're both are different levels as fighters. Their skill sets are just, you know, she is determined. She has that determination. That's why I compare her to John Wick. You know, she's a John Wick of WMMA. I mean, she goes in there. She's a chess master playing against checker players. Right now, like I said again, there's no one in that division that I think other than Jennifer Maia, who probably gave her the maybe the biggest challenge at the time, and Joanna, her and Joanna go back years ago, but there's no one really, you know, a real threat. I think she's gonna be sitting to the side for a while. Maybe she might need to do that. I know she likes to be active, but you know, just sit and see how it goes. Maybe, you know, don't fight for the rest of next year. See how the division goes. Let some of these other fighters build themselves up, and then the person who looks like they're potentially a title contender, then getting a shot. I mean, I know people complain about how Amanda don't fight, but only maybe once a year or once every 2 years, but that's how she is. That's how she works. And Valentina, she has to stay active. But if UFC was like Bellator, where they gave fighters the option to, you know what, I'm sitting here, I ain't got nobody to fight. Let me go do this for a while, for a little bit, and I can come back.
Well, because at the time, though, I mean, nobody can beat Valentina at 125, so of course she's going to stay active. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not a Valentina hater. I just don't like how she's just very arrogant. I just hate that shit. You know, I hate how she's.
I love her.
We all don't. We
I love her.
I just don't like.
I love her.
I don't like how. Like I said, I don't like
You know
how
what?
none of these girls don't. None of these girls don't have a chance to beat me. Well, of course,
Yes.
Valentina, because you dropped down to a division where none of these girls don't even have the skill set to give you a run for your money. So, you know what I mean? So of course she's gonna say it, but like I said, I just don't like her attitude. That's the thing. Good fighter.
We said that about someone like Mike Tyson when you say no one can beat me. Back in the day, no one can beat me. My power is just too vicious. I'm just too incredible. I'm just too And he said that, but you know what? People like that about Tyson because he believed in himself. And that's about the same I would say with Valentina. They like her because maybe not everybody's gonna like her, but I like her. I'm a fan of hers. I think she has.
No, they like her because she looks good. That's why. Look at Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is a very good fighter, but everybody hates her because she don't look good.
No, I hate her because she's a clown. But there's fighters that don't look good still. I like them because they're good fighters. I'm not a big Paige Van Zant fan because she wasn't that good of a fighter. It's put her out there as a pretty piece of tough, and then she just gets beat up. Sometimes yes, there's some fighters that people may not like. You got Mackenzie Dern, and she everybody looks at her and her big booty, her and I think maybe she's a twerk off between her and
Hey, man, come on, man. You starting it. She not like that booty that we talked about on Friday.
Well, she's just a little behind bitch. I think there's like I said, there's a list. I think you go bitch, Sarah Cheesecake.
Oh yeah, cheesecake. Oh yeah, that cheesecake. Yeah,
man. And
nice bouncy cheesecake too.
She's Canadian too. Those Canadian those girls kind of like.
I need it. Canadian Miss. I mean, okay. I'm sorry about that. Go
I smell that drink. That I prefer the fruit punch over the blackberry. But it's about you always put the pretty girls out there because like Misha Tate. I know.
Come on!
I can't.
Why you bring her up?
Because I don't know. She just something about her just she irks me. She irks me.
Yeah, I know, but oh god, I was gonna fix me some dinner, man. I can't eat no dinner.
She just came out talking about Aspen Ladd talking about have issues with her weight. I know Aspen Ladd's in the same division as you are, but the thing is, she's gonna be possibly a contender. You might have to face her in the long run. And Aspen's, they might have to say Aspen push to 145, but the problem is, it might be not just that. She may not need to go 145. She just have to work on her diet better. And, with women, you got to remember, they should also do like this. This is the thing. They should put in the women matches a catch with clause. Because, men have weight issues sometimes. Like, I think Kevin Gatchman used to have some problem with weight issues, and somebody others does. But with women, it's a lot different, and it can be a problem. I remember, our girl Betch came up overweight at this fight. And, she hadn't fought in a while and and she's been out, but it's just one of these things that, people are going to go say basically the fans are not fan of women in MMA because the fact is they want this to be an all boys club. They want to be like remember Little Rascals, the He-Man Women Hater Club. But the fact is the women are coming up. Sometimes I've seen the women fights better than the men. More exciting. The women will be doing better stand up. They be talking about the women on the mat and laying around on top of each other, But the fact is, I've seen some women who put up a good fight, who put on a better performance than some guy fights, Not all the time, but it does happen quite often.
Yeah, but it just I'm with brother Gotcha. I understand you saying, brother Joe, but I'm with Gotcha. Valentine, if you want to fight man, like you said, fight beat the number one contender. All right, you say that it make a man Nunes come and fight you. I don't. I'm tired of talking. Yeah, you be rippy rap for a minute now. Listen. You beat that number one contender. Trust me, a man Nunes gonna look. Oh, you want some of this? And so you know what I'm saying, but just remember now, Valentine, Amanda Nunes, the older she got, the better she is.
That's true.
Okay, so understand. So understand that. So Valentine, wherever it is, you need to work on your game. Everything that you have throughout the years, you better work on it. And you better tighten up because now Amanda Nunes could beat you submission too. And when
That's
you when
true.
you
And see, that's a lot of things. That's a lot of things that a Valentina, sorry, George, but Valentina fans are not getting. They think that their second fight is going to be different if they fought for the third time.
mm,
I think Amanda's going to stop Valentina. If they fight the third time, Amanda's going to stop Valentina.
yeah, and I
I
think
got
and I
doubts
think
about that.
I don't think it's gonna be a submission either. I think that she gonna put hands on the leg kicks, and I think Valentine is very vulnerable of the knee kick to the side on her thigh. I think she's very vulnerable, and I think that Amanda Nunes is long. She's athletic, and I'm just saying one thing about Amanda Nunes, as y'all know. When Amanda smell blood, when she knows she gonna get you, she get you out of there, bloody and all. She will get you. She will get you. So Valentine, I hope you tighten up some stuff.
Mhm. Yes, I mean, Valentine beat. I mean, Amanda beat up her girlfriend's girlfriend. I want to be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So TS Boxing and Watcher, what do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys think about that.
Huh. I think it could play out like the second fight did. Um, I think they've both gotten better, but Nunez at the higher weight. Hmm, it's interesting. I mean, I would make Nunez the favorite, but I think it could. I think it'll probably go like the second fight.
I think Amanda, this time it will be easier.
Mm.
She's not going to wait as much. Use her jab more. She has a good one. Probably going to kick more. She's been in there with people that have countered her way harder. Tougher strikers. The shots are different. I think she'll hold the middle of the ring more. I think she'll be more aggressive. You know, Amanda's good at just continuing her attack, whereas Valentine is like, I'll throw a combination and I'll break, and I'll throw it again. Like there's no, like I've never really seen her like put it on unless someone's like badly hurt. Whereas Amanda kind of just lets it flow. She kind of just like go at you. And I think like if she kicks Valentina's legs, in my opinion, that's the weakness because
Mhm.
Valentina, she keeps like her stance like that always. The kick is there. It's just people are afraid. Well, one, they don't have the skill set, but two,
Good.
they're afraid of getting countered. And Amanda's not going to care about that. She's a hard kicker.
Yeah, but you know what I like about Amanda though. I like her. I think throughout the years, you know what really impressed Amanda that she got better. She is very patient of striking around the knees and the thighs. She's long, and I noticed that about her. She goes to the body. She used to be head hunting and take you down, but she become a well-rounded person. She well-rounded. Going to, I say one time she fought for somebody 2 years ago. She did a straight kick to the stomach. Poor girl looked like she gonna poo herself. Just pin her, and that's it. I
But
forgot who it was.
she had to get better after that Cat Zingano fight. I mean, Cat was just channeling T. McIntyre and Arn Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just want Valentine. I just want Valentine, man. Just shut up. Just shut up and fight. Get
Right.
go. Like you say, go. You know, we don't care about you 125. We don't even care you about 130. Go to 135. Take care of business. If you be a man of Nunes, hey, we can put you up there, one of the greats. If you don't be a man of Nunes, we not gonna consider you one of the greats.
I smell haterism in this room.
Nah, it's just not being haters, George.
I'm just picking y'all.
No, it's just that. It's just that a lot of people are calling her like the GOAT over Amanda Nunes because of who she's fighting. Like, come on, guys. Amanda Nunes has a way more better resume. She is a two-time division champion. She has defended both her belts. So how the fuck is people still having Valentina over fucking Nunes when she already, like I said, she already has 2 victories over Valentina.
But would you
Right,
say
and
that same? We say that same thing about Cyborg over Amanda.
Yeah, but see, the thing is though, Amanda Nunes knocked out Cyborg. Even though Cyborg is my girl, she has won titles in every division, every promotion that she went to. But Amanda Nunes knocked her out. I mean, there's not more I could say.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me get this out the way. Welcome to my channel, Underrated Dogs. George Truly, the number one grinder. We got S.A. Scotcha. We got brother Watcher from Down Under. We got brother TS Boxing, and also we got the one and only the Emperor of Lady Bodybuilding. Yeah. George ain't no square, y'all. George ain't no square. George be having them ladies, y'all. Don't say don't either. Yo, I don't mess with them ladies. Stop lying. You got now. I'm calling you out. You gotta stop lying, bro.
Number one, most of these ladies live far off where I stay at. I do conversate with them. Just as you know, this week is going to be one of the biggest events in bodybuilding, which is the Olympia. The Olympia is kind of like the Super Bowl
Yeah.
of sport of bodybuilding. I have sent out my best congratulations and wishes to several ladies. They responded. They appreciate that. Hoping when I get a chance, I can talk the interview. Also, on tomorrow, I have my Muscle Talk Monday where I talk about the ladies going to be competing at the show. Our predictions, and then next week I'm gonna do another show where I invited some ladies to come on, and we're gonna talk about how they watch the show, how they think the placing. I did a video with just last week where the Jake Woods, who wins the Olympia now, he has went up the prize money to $1.6 million. Now the big star is the biggest bodybuilder, that's Big Ramy. Last year he got $450,000, while Andrea Shaw, who is the Miss Olympia, she had got $50,000. And I'm hoping that at least, I know these ladies don't get as much attention compared to their male counterparts, but I'm hoping that she at least gets a little more like what she did last time. That's why I'm stopping.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Anything else that we need to talk about?
I got enough. And I got something because I got to ask the question to the brother TS Boxing and the brother Watcher. What is your guys' thoughts on Nick Diaz when he came back at UFC 266? Because me and George, we already talked about it, but I want to hear your brother's expression on that. What do your brothers thought about that?
I thought for somebody who hasn't been in the ring for several years, he did okay, but there was just too much bullshit involved. Like, I mean, he couldn't make the weight, so he had to change it last minute, and Lawler obliged. And then he just gets hit with a right hand, a check right hand, a little right hook. Or was it a left hook? I forget. It wasn't.
It was the right hand.
It was a
It was the
right.
right hand.
I mean, from the TV, it didn't look like he put everything into that, and all of a sudden you see him grabbing his nose and shaking his head and waving his hands like, nah, I don't want any more. I don't want any more. And me and Watcher have talked about this. I'm so sick and tired of this narrative that they're the only ones who keep it real. I mean, Nate Diaz is he's got 15, 16 losses. Nick has 9. I mean, it's the same thing with Derek Lewis. These are, Nick is better than Nate and Derek Lewis. Those guys are average fighters, but still, I don't get the hype. I don't get the I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, it's about results. It's not about personality. There's tons of fighters on that roster who keep it real, but they don't get the airtime that you do. I mean, it's just who cares? Let's get some results. Nate just lost his last fight, and they're treating it as if he won.
Right.
And they're trying to make a better fight with him. It makes no sense.
Well, I second that.
You hate when people
like
quit. Talk about how he quit. You hate when people quit.
Well, I'm about to get to that. I'm a very strong believer in giving it your all in there. Going out in your shield and just establishing yourself. Now I was under the impression that the Diaz brothers were warriors. Stockton boys putting fucking gang signs up and fucking graffiti and all that. Hardened warriors in the cage. But I was wrong. I mean, to just say it short, Nick Diaz is a fucking coward. He's a quitter. Okay. He got hit. Okay. Shook his head. Cardinal sin. You never shake your head in the ring, ever.
No, not at all.
That is bad. You
Right.
cannot do that. Considering
Herzog, not to cut you off, but Herzog gave him the opportunity. It was just straight looking at him. Do you really want to do this? And he's there shaking his head. No more.
No more, huh?
But this is before I get back to you, brother Watcher. When I was watching it, I'm sorry, the ref. I would look at the ref and call that out. Why you give him a chance? He don't want to be there. Why you giving him a chance?
Yeah,
That's what I was pissed off about it.
I said to him, my reaction watching the fight, I said, "Oh, I go," and then when he stayed down, I'm like, oh, "Okay, Robbie's gonna let him up. Get up, get up. It's over.
Get up, yes,
That was it. He quit. He quit.
That's
Bottom line. I mean, this is a guy that he knocked out Robbie Lawler cold. He knocked him out senseless back in 2004. I get he was at the ring, and he did okay off the cage, But I'm telling you, man, Robbie took that boy's soul. Okay? He went at him the whole fight. He freaking hit him to the body. This is the same dude that was saying that he would beat Usman's ass. I'll beat Kamaru Usman's ass. I'll do this to him. I'll do that. Oh, okay. Is your brother going to fucking try that? Huh? After he lost to Leon Edwards, Nate Diaz, he's like, the title next. And he's putting he's doing that flex with his muscles that you can't even freaking see.
That Diary of a Wimpy Kid flex. Like,
yeah.
Fucking all my God. And stuff. And they just like, yeah. And he's not the only one. I'll quickly just jump to him. We get right back. But Brian Ortega, I was talking to Watcher about this the other day. I mean, he did not deserve a title shot whatsoever.
Clearly.
Chan Sung Jung that's a solid win. But literally that was almost a year ago. And for you to fight him took a year. So that was 2 years or 3 years between his last title shot and this one, and both title shots he was dominated in. But he just keeps saying T City. What the fuck is T City? What is that? I don't get it. Same thing
I don't
when
know.
he has
I think he might be from Tampa or Tallahassee.
There's thousands of cities in this country. What does that mean? What does that have to do with you winning the fight? T City and putting up these fake gang signs. No, you were a paper pusher. You were a book. You did not do no gang stuff.
After he got with Claudia Gadelha, she put it on him, and he just like he just messed him up. I remember he had that fight against was it Max? He shaved his head. And he just, I mean, he just.
Now you want to blame on Toxic P, man. Come on, George.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. When you put it on
Total P is not allowed in these talks. No. Hell no.
He just, I don't think he might as well wrap up his career, go out, like any other pretty boy fighter, like Luke Rock Knockout Code, and just do some modeling or something, man. I mean, it just, some guys just are not meant for the sport. They started pretty good. They were hot when they started off, but then they cold quick. Especially if you put up somebody who's really determined to win. And when you put yourself a man who's determined, there's nothing you really do about it. You either
Yeah, but the sad thing about it, the one who do the matchmaking, they not doing that. They even favoritism themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because
yeah.
this is a, sorry for cutting you, brothers, because this is another one I want to ask the brother. Because like I said, me and George, we already talked about this, but I want to ask you two brothers about the next matchup. It's a weird one. The shit that they doing with Sean O'Malley. They gave him a guy that I never even fucking heard of. I'm like, what's going on? How come they're not giving this dude, like, they're not giving these guys, they're not giving Sean O'Malley like a ranked guy. They're giving him all these guys that I never even fucking heard of. And I want to hear what you brothers got to say about that shit, because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, okay, I'll go. I didn't think it could get any worse than a washed-up Frankie Edgar that they were trying to give him at first. And they got somebody even worse. I don't know his he thinks he's better than he is. He does live in a fantasy world. I do think he's a solid fighter, but they've got to step this guy up. But no, he's one of the UFC's favorite. I think he kind of pushes the teenage punk, casual niche market that they're trying to get into, I guess. And he does the thing with his hair and everything else, and I think that's what that they're trying to get at. I don't think it worked. I don't think there's any money in that. And if he loses, 2 or 3 more times, he only has 1 loss, but if he loses convincingly, to some, average guys, he'll probably find his way out the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, a lot of, like I say, one thing is Dana, he keeps some of his old fighters because, he remember back in the day, like when Frankie Edgar did this, or when Chris Merriman did that, or when Diego Sanchez, Dominic Cruz, and, any of these other guys who should by now, Robbie, I'm no offense to him, but Robbie Lawler, any of these guys who should be already cashing in checks for their retirement, he'll just, because you think about the days of when, they started out. He's too nostalgic. That's what we talked about. Dana White does not need to be in a position. He's too nostalgic. He wants to go back to days when, like the old, like when right after he bought the UFC from the Gracies. That's when he wants to go back to. He wants to, if he can dig up Tank Abbott and Kevin and Ken Shamrock, I mean,
that reminded me of that tough season. Fucking when Kimbo came in, they were like thinking about, oh, we've got one more fighter. Who's it gonna be? And then Rampage is funny, dude. He already knows what Dana. He already knows Dana's makeup, and he was like, "Who's it gonna be? Tank Abbott?"
Those was the days.
Oh yeah. I like Rampage.
Yeah.
Cool. All
I
right.
remember when he was talking to with Sugar Shot ever said and Sugar said Rampage, you're a sucker. Say a sucker? A sucker?
To come suck on me there. Pause. That was a great season. And that's the tough I used to like that. Like look at Tough season 10, that season, Rampage versus Evans. Where the whole thing was funny. Like Quinn couldn't, his team could not win a fight. They got that big baby, that NFL guy, to finally win one at the end. Like that whole season was funny. And then compared to this last season, I didn't even watch it. This season with Ortega Volkanovski, a guy who didn't deserve a title shot. That was an awful season I saw from the highlights. Boring. Nobody cared. So
all
it's
right,
like,
underrated before. Sorry, go ahead, brother.
No. I mean that's basically all I had to say. So it's like what? What are you guys doing basically?
I think it fell off after season 50 or 16.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, underrated.
All right.
One more before we go. I want to ask the brother. I want to ask the brother.
Getting
TT.
hungry. Like we can be
All right. All right.
We're working
guys,
on
all right. So one more.
Speed it up.
All right, one more.
Go ahead,
Brother watching, brother TT. Patty Power, how far do you think he's going to go?
I think he's gonna get touched soon. Yeah, no defense.
You mean very soon?
Yeah, within 3 fights.
Oh,
Within 2 fights.
Watcher?
Within 2 fights, he's
Damn.
getting knocked the fuck out. Yeah, knocked the fuck out. And he's on the juice as well. He's on PEDs.
Oh,
wow.
He's on it.
Wow.
He's on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He said Scousers don't get knocked out.
Yeah.
We'll see about that, my man. We'll see about that. You get knocked out, my man. And it won't be by someone very good either.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an unknown. It's gonna be somebody he's gonna be somebody that okay. And then he looked like you would look at him. Why he got veins in his ear, man? What's up, man? I mean, you can tell he got
shooting up.
Have you seen him recently? Have you guys seen how he looks like recently?
No, I didn't see it.
How much weight he's put on in 2 weeks? It's night and day. I'm gonna pull up a picture. Actually, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna Google this picture of him. You guys would be shocked.
Oh, it won't even surprise me, man. They people all juiced up, man. I don't know. I thought Tropicana juice is good, man. Now they drink PEDs, man. What's wrong?
It's just any people. Your thing. You got to remember, steroids don't make you the better fighter. It makes you keep train longer and harder. You lift more weights, but it does not never make you the better fighter and the better athlete. Even in my sport, which people point at it is because of all the muscles that they bring in. But it's more use in baseball, football, basketball, all the other mainstream sports. But it's easy to point at bodybuilding because of the fact that it's more prevalent.
All right, look at this. I got this thing right here. I just put it up.
Go on.
You guys see it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh no!
This is just after a month.
Ain't that
shit.
the dude trying to be the next Conor McGregor?
Yep.
Yes.
PEDs.
Yeah, this is the guy there.
PEDs.
Look at that. This is just at less than a month, actually. Look at his face.
Yeah, his face will be broken soon.
He's eating PD cake with a side of horse piss.
You can't put on that much weight. Like it gets to a point where like your body just shits it out. It can't process that much food at that much time. Like there's no way you can put all this much. I don't. This is crazy.
Isn't it? Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for showing that, man. Now I'm not hungry no more, man.
I hope he's, look at you did, yes. What you did, you messed up the man's appetite. You messed up the man's
Th-
appetite.
Thanks a lot.
You know,
Hey,
you're gonna eat anyway. You know, we know you.
you better watch your mouth. Oh, let me say this, and so we're gonna close out. If anybody that wants to donate to the cause, I do got Cash App. It's $ capital JT 53000, and also I got PayPal.me / all in cash JT Black 53. And I want also let me thank Go Professor for the super chat. I appreciate that. So shout out to brother Go Professor Breno as brother GP. Want to thank y'all. And also I want to thank everybody in the chat has participated and bring some people over and stuff. The one said, "Ooh, I know who you are. I'm gonna get in touch with you too, because I know you told you like MMA too. So I'm gonna reach out to you too, so you can come on the panel sometimes too. And also this is what we're going to do. We're going to start from the last remarks. We're gonna start from George, brother Watcher, Escacha, TS Boxing, all y'all stay. I'm gonna make my last remarks, and we're gonna close it out.
Well, okay. It was a fun night with you fellas as usual. You know, I get to come on here and chop it out with the guys. We should be having some MMA coming up next week. As I said again, if you're fans of bodybuilding, check it out. Give the sport an opportunity. You can really use support from people outside. It's been around for a long time. Also respect the ladies in it because they're just as passionate and dedicated as the men. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, brother Watcher from Da Under.
Yeah, I've been busy lately, so it's good to get on and talk about the events. Well, I'll just say, man, we got the big one this weekend coming up.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be doing a bit more coverage on that. But once again, thanks for having me on. It's always good to be here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna try to do some boxing before at least before the fight happen. Probably do like maybe one or two this week coming up. So watch out for that too. So brother, watch out. I want you to get on TS Boxing. TS Boxing, if you can't get on, even on George and brother gotcha. And I'm trying to get some more people, to get on. Okay, best gotcha. Last remarks, please.
All right, first and foremost, I just want to say shout out to the Boston Red Sox. We are in the postseason. My brother Underated Darkness, we coming for your Yankees, my man. We gonna eliminate your team, man.
I'm a Met fan, but I take the Yankees. Let's go.
Man, I'm happy, man. Like I said, I'm happy that the Red Sox are in the postseason. Like I said, they're not gonna win the World Series, but I'll be happy they knock off the Yankees. That's my title right there. But once again, I want to thank the brother Underrated Darkness for making this possible. We at number 22 with the MMA talk. I want to give a shout out to my brother George Page, my brother The Watcher, my brother TS Boxing, for your brothers for coming through tonight. Like I said, I apologize for coming in late because I was watching the baseball game. But once again, though, I want to thank also the family in the chat room. I also want to thank the ones who has put up the like button. We hit 14 likes. That's pretty good. And like I said, stay tuned for next week Sunday. We're gonna recap the next fight. But like I said, guys, thank you all for coming tonight. We all had a blast tonight, and stay blessed. And I love you all.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
TS Boxing, please.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sending me the link. Yeah, I was a bit busy. I figured I'd jump on because we had MMA talk and we got the big fight coming up next weekend. So it was a great talk tonight, and we went through a lot of topics. And yeah, man, I'm definitely glad you got me on, man. I'm very appreciative of that.
Anytime. Oh yeah, and check out the last MMA talk. the special one. I think you will
Oh.
love that. I think we're gonna take your mind, take your mind off a lot of things.
Oh, underrated. Before we go, I want to say, thank you, bitch. Put people go here. We're gonna miss you. We're not gonna ever go see your beautiful Brazilian booty shaking in the octagon again.
Oh,
But I
man.
hope everything is going good for you in your life, you and your husband.
I saw that
And
thumbnail. I was like, damn. I was like, yeah. Like,
yeah,
I saw that. I was like, crap. It's like, who is that? And I saw the name. I was like, oh, okay. I remember.
yeah. So, bitch, we love you, we miss you, and all the best luck, baby.
Yeah. Well, that's God. Don't do it. 'Cause that's God. He don't like when you meet her, say her husband. Now you gotta be careful with that.
I gotta say the man, but don't say him. It'd be disrespectful to forget about him. We know he's there. We gotta recognize that. It would be you. It would be you if it was your woman. You want to be known and seen and recognized.
We ain't talking about me. We just talking about we don't want to hear about her husband. So
I'm trying to be respectful to her in her relationship. That's
I respect the husband, but we talk, but, we talking. Oh my God, my goodness, my goodness. I know, don't do so. We will respect. Okay, I'm gonna say I ain't gonna make it long. I ain't gonna make it like this. Thank y'all so much. Please check out. I did some other stuff on my channel. Please check it out. Please put comments, y'all, on my channel and on George's channel, everybody else's channel. But the MMA, put some boxing and MMA, y'all. Even the other stuff I do. Put some comments. Let me talk about MMA. Put some comments on there, because the more comments you put and the more likes, the adherents could build up and they could tap in. You know what I mean? Put some comments, please. It's not hard. Please put some comments, because we trying to grow this. We got this. This been over a year. You know what I mean? We trying to grow this. Okay, we are going to grow this. Let me say we are going to grow this. But help us out. All right. Thank y'all on the panel, your families, the ones in the chat, and your families. Thank you so much. This is the end of the Underrated MMA Sports Talk. Number 22, number 23, God's willing, will be next week. Same time, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to break down the matches. And also, most likely, we probably break down a Wilder and dirty animal eating.
let's just hope he put them out. I hope.
Yeah,
The
we put
Brown
them out.
Bomber put.
Well, I'm just letting you know right now. They fight Saturday, right? Well, I'm letting you know right now. If everything goes up right, y'all, I'm charming it up. I usually don't do it because everybody else get on. But I hope that when y'all see the link, I mean not the link, when y'all see this, y'all want to get on and stuff like that. I'm just saying, I'm a little channel, man. Show brother love, man. You know what I mean, man. Show brother love. All right. On behalf of my channel, yours truly, the number one grinder. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me cut this out. Too much noise in the background. Too much noise in the background. Somebody got mute. Okay, thank you. Be safe out there. If you're traveling to your destination home, please be safe. Please be safe when you travel by yourself or your family or friends or associates. Please be careful, because the climate out there is crazy and it's real, and we don't want nothing to happen to y'all. This one is Ghost. Have a good night. Have a great week ahead. Please do whatever you do. Just be good to each other. Stay away from them haters. And this one is Ghost again. Stay blessed.
Sir, peace.